Hello. We're going to be playing a Murders on the Yangtze River. Full disclosure, I have played like an hour of this game. I don't know who's the murderer or what happened. It's just like pure like tutorial stuff. So yeah, I wanted to play this game more.
How many times have you returned to this point? I have not counted. 3 years. You're here almost every single night. And as time goes by, your memory is beginning to fade. Don't stand in my way. No matter how long I linger here, no matter how deep the truth is hidden within the shadows, I will find it. Then I guess you have no time to lose. The key to the case is that book.
我曾与死亡签契，
I inked a pact with death.
静候他的到来。今夜，他终于叩响了门扉。
快开门！再不开门就闯进去了。叔叔！哎呀，这可如何是好啊
I don't know if I should be the one like reading it
罗翁，
or keep the voice actors.
大人，这杀人犯竟然在现场睡着了。
头好晕，思绪一点都不清晰。杀人犯，这是在说我吗？
给我老实点，别动！你这个杀人犯！
不是我，我是一名侦探，到此。
狡辩！你竟敢杀了罗翁！
马捕头勿要激动，让他把话说完吧。验明正身还是必要的。在下沈仲平，是一名旅行侦探。我和我的助手阿福，是昨天晚上才到这座小镇的。我们乘的船中途出故障了，折腾到深夜才靠岸。
没想到咱们这么晚才到，
还不是因为我们的天才发明家烧了发电机。
这是船长的错，我很早就提醒过他换零件了。
船长最大的错误，就是让你碰发电机。
咦，好像有个姐姐在哭啊。
姑娘，你还好吗？
诶，怎么跑了？
或许有难言之隐吧。
那我们继续赶路吧。话说回来，你要拜访的这位作家，真的跟那桩悬案有关？
我有预感，他会成为案子的突破口。往院子里走，就到目的地了。咱们一会儿见。
啊，我不一起吗？
你得找零件修船。
好吧，好吧，早点回来，我去找零件了。
Why would I want to walk? Run all the time. Oh, knock.
谁呀？都这么晚了。
在下沈仲平，与罗佩先生约好今日见面。途中遭遇风暴，耽误了行程，不敢失了先生的约，才冒昧深夜前来。
沈仲平，我们什么时候见过吗？
我们素未谋面，一直都是书信来往。
哦，想起来了，请稍等啊。
I really like the art style.
沈先生，请进。麻烦沈先生稍等一下，我得把手头的故事写完，怕断了思路。
没关系，我在一旁静候便是。
晚上天凉，想麻烦先生帮我关门，挂上门栓。
A Western style mirror, it seems out of place compared with other furniture in this room. A wardrobe slightly taller than a person, a lock hangs on the handles. There are piles of old books underneath the novelist's bed. They are all covered in dust, which means that he has not read them in quite a while. We'll pay.
门已关上，先生可以放心。我这次前来，确实是有要事。先生可曾听说过3年前发生在英国伦敦的那种？
Oops, sorry. I cut you off.
案子的事情我们慢慢聊。沈先生舟车劳顿，应该还没有吃东西吧？这里有些本地特色的潮糕，就在我旁边的箱子上。请，
那就恭敬不如从命了。
Some rice cakes.
盘子里摆着几块晶莹剔透的糕点，确实有些饿了，我就吃一块吧。不对，这糕里……事情就是这样，我吃下那块潮糕后就晕了过去，直到大人们出现。
你说，你是被人下药了才晕倒在房间中的吗？
的确如此。
狡辩！即便被人下药了，凶手也只可能是你。本捕手握铁证，是绝技不可能弄错的。
不知能否请马捕头详细说一说，你手中的铁证是什么？
大胆，竟敢挑衅本捕！
理越辩越明，知县大人也一定想听听你的分析，才能避免弄错，不是吗？
罗佩是本地名人，本官必要给乡民一个交代。马捕头就说说吧，人抓的我也安心点儿。
好，让你清楚自己是如何被抓的。 禀章知县，原因很简单，直到我们发现尸体之前，这个房间都处于密闭的状态。
密闭状态。
屋内唯一的窗户装有木格，人是不可能进出的。屋门又是从内侧插上了门栓，若非本捕一脚踹断了门栓，我们都进不了屋。这意味着，凶手只可能是案发时还在屋内的人，也就是你。
怎么会这样？房间是密闭的，还是我自己挂上的门栓？
哼，理是不是越辩越明了？还不认罪？
马捕头刚刚的分析还是很清晰的，我想应该不会弄错了。沈先生，除非你能出示一份能证明你自己无辜的决定性证据，否则本官就要下令将你羁押了。
我的双手都被绑着，该如何在这么短的时间里找到决定？沈仲平，你要冷静下来，通过观察和推理来解决问题。一切行为都会在现场留下痕迹。我很清楚被害人不是我杀的，有人设了局来陷害我。因此，在现场遗留的痕迹中，一定能找到所谓的毛病。在回答知县的问题前，我必须先仔细观察一下现场。
For a small, like, I think this is like a really small indie company. This is pretty well done with, like, everything being voice acted, and even the music is pretty cool. You're Ace Attorney. I totally forgot how to investigate. Do I just circle? Okay. A short blade stained with blood. This should be the murder weapon found within my grasp and now seen as evidence against me. Bloodstained dagger. The blood on my sleeve most probably belongs to the deceased. It seems like there is also blood on my back as well. Quit moving, you punk! What are you trying at? Officer Ma, could I trouble you to help me take off my coat? Boy, how dare you order me around? I would like to take a look at the back to see if it's also stained with blood. Indeed, Mr. Shen, there are bloodstains on your back. That's gotta be Master Lo's blood. Oh, that's gotta be Master Lo's blood. Bloodstained coat. I can see my reflection in the mirror. My face is pale and I look quite dreadful. I do someone resemble a murderer. Don't say that about yourself right now. The victim died facing upwards with multiple wounds on his chest, clothes stained with blood. My hands and feet are tied so I can't get any closer to see any other details of the corpse. Several long continuous blood spatters on the floor. They are cast-off pattern bloodstains. There's an evident gap within the 3 longest bloodstains. How could this be? Wow. I don't remember. No, wiping it away would be smudgy. Something being removed. The disruption of the bloodstain was likely because something blocked the path of the splatter. Appearance of a gap shows that something that was once there has been removed. Completed.
找到能自证清白的证据了吗？
这件证据就能证明我的清白。
present evidence. Here's the proof.
能证明我清白的证据，正是这把刀。
你是说，这把刀能证明你无罪吗？
这把刀是杀害罗翁的凶器，而它就握在你的手中。我看你是在认罪吧？
这把刀是真凶为了陷害我而塞到我手里的，我没有用它杀人。
没用它杀人，你可有证据？
仅出示这把刀还不够，得给出更有力的证据才行。
找到能自证清白的证据了吗？
What?
这件证据就能证明我的清白。
Wait, what? I didn't present anything. Oh.
请问马捕头，一个背对死者的人，能够用刀杀人吗？
For someone who said that I played this for like an hour, I don't remember a lot of it. Okay, cool.
自然不能。
那么，这件血衣便能证明我的清白。
难道这血衣不是你的？
是我的，正穿在我身上。
真是胡闹！你手上持刀，衣服沾血，还敢说自己无罪？
沈先生，这件血衣如何能证明你是无辜的？
请看衣服上血渍的位置，出现在背后，而不是胸前。
Okay, I'm back. My camera died. Sorry. Take a look where the bloodstains are. They appeared on the back, not across the chest.
这又能说明什么呢？
说明死者的血溅出时，我是背对着他的。我既然背对死者，自然无法举刀扎他的胸膛。
哼！你定是在杀人的时候把衣服反过来穿了。这种鬼把戏，本捕见得多了。
马捕头，请看这里，地上有2道总是连续的抛甩状血迹，它们的中间有一个明显的断层。断层的出现，说明在那里原本有一个遮挡物。
难道有人破坏了现场？
那个遮挡物应该就是我自己。我没猜错的话，我背上的血渍应该能与地上的血迹拼合起来，这便能证明案发时我已经晕倒在地上，而倒在地上的我是没办法持刀捅人并留下那样的血迹的。
有一定道理。
因此，事实的真相是，凶手杀死罗佩后，把刀柄塞到我手中，借机嫁祸给我。
即便全身被绑，也能冷静地分析、还原现场情况。沈先生令我刮目相看呐！看来你果然是个侦探。
大人过奖了，我的嫌疑终于洗清了吗？
哼！屋内就你和罗翁，你不是凶手，难道罗翁是自杀不成？
若想知道真相，我需要全面地调查一下现场。
Did Lope commit suicide?
但我手脚被绑，调查不便，不知张大人是否可以？
马捕头，要不我们给他松绑？
大人，万一他……
大人放心，在查清案子之前，我绝不离开这里。
哼！ 你要是敢在我眼皮子底下耍花招，本部绝不轻饶。
I'm finally allowed to move around this room. Yay! I need to investigate the crime scene as quick as possible. I can't miss a single detail. Every nook and cranny. Throughout investigations, I will surely encounter many doubts. I should think carefully. Right. Book box. The wooden box is filled with books that Lope published. Ghost in the Well, Bells and Bones, Mysterious Echo, The Confined Room Mystery. Also, like, this being like a small indie like developer. Oh, is these? Thank you who blessed me. This was also translated into English. It's a lot of work put into this. Unfortunately, this copy of The Confined Room Mystery is not the original manuscript. Sorry. I sneezed. Allergies. You like the confined room mystery too? The reason why I came to visit Lope was to speak with him about this book. You got good taste. The death scenes in The Confined Room Mystery were absolutely stunning. Officer Ma, do you know where the inspiration of this book comes from? Ain't got a clue, but Master Lo was an extraordinary fella. Anything could have inspired him. It's a big fanboy. But if we're talking about good storytelling, it's gotta be Swordsman case. It's a real dang shame we'll never get to read the next volume. Oh, he's the... Can't believe Lord would allow you to join in on investigations. Don't even try to play any tricks. I'm watching your every move. Rest assured, officer, I will uncover the actual murderer. You better keep in mind, don't mess up the crime scene with your incompetence. Alright. In order to find out the truth, I would like Officer Ma to answer a few of my questions. Go on then, ask away. Events before I woke. Officer Ma, were there any people present when you arrived on scene? What happened? Why are you asking so much? Are you trying to say that I didn't protect the crime scene? Let me give you the facts. Everything is exactly the way it was when we arrived. No one was allowed to mess with the crime scene under my watch. You must understand me, officer. I just want to know what happenings occurred. Sorry. Okay. You misunderstand me, Officer Ma. I just want to know what happenings occurred before I woke. When we got here, Lo Shi-wen was shaking the door, saying he smelled blood coming from the inside. I was worried about Master Lo, so I went up to kick the door and kicked it right open. After that, well, you know what happened after. I suppose no one could have come in and gone out during that period. Obviously, I've got a soldier standing guard outside the courtyard. We searched the entire premises, but we didn't find others, during which no one left either. That's why the murderer is definitely you. Who else could it be, huh? I understand. Once I complete my investigations, I will explain everything to you, Officer Ma. Okay, Lope's relationship. Officer Ma, it seems you admired the victim? Well, of course. Master Lo was a great novelist. Everybody respects him. Does Lope have any relatives? His wife died young and had no children. He's got a good-for-nothing nephew, though. Over there, the one who won't quit sobbing. He's mourning. Stop crying already. I'm sick of that awful noise. He's mourning. Alright. Perfect for my sniffles. Okay, no more questions. Can I ask you something? Judge Chang, did you notice anything out of the ordinary when you arrived? Well, I was not aware of anything unusual. Well, Shi Wen shut the door. Officer Ma kicked it open, and we found you and Lo Pei covered in blood. I suppose no one suspicious was discovered during the process. Well, none at all. What kind of person was Lo Pei? Lo Pei gained great fame when his book Chamber of Doubts was serialized in the Shanghai News. As the first celebrity to come from this town in decades, naturally he was loved by all. This town was originally named Qingxi Town? Qingxi Town, I think. To comply with popular will, we renamed it Pero Town. Alright, I understand now. Okay. Where did the mirror? No, I did the mirror before murder. I can see my reflection in Western style mirror. Will I be able to clear my name? Plate? There were several pieces of rice cakes on the plate, but now they are all gone. I took one. How many were there? Were there 3? 2? Because I took one. He probably ate one. There was more than one for sure. Corpse. This is Lo Pei's corpse. Should I commence an autopsy now? Let's autopsize. Okay. Lips. His mustache is crooked. Upon further inspection, there is glue on the other side. The mustache shape looks Western, not Han Chinese. Apparently, the deceased is wearing a fake mustache. Oh yeah. I remember that. Okay. His chest is stained with blood. Among the 3 evident stab wounds, 2 were fatal. Okay, 3 stab wounds. The wound is small and deep. The shape of the wound is consistent with the blood. Blood-stained dagger. The locations of the 3 stab wounds are irregular and in different directions as well. 3 stabs are irregular in 3 different directions as well. Okay. Sorry, where's my sniffle? Hand? There were no abnormalities found in the limbs of the deceased. Okay. No hesitation wounds or defense wounds are present on any part of his body. That is quite peculiar. Okay. Body. The deceased is in undergarments and his coat is gone. I have searched the entire room for it, but it's nowhere to be found. Oh yeah, he had his like Sherlock garb on. If this is a lock room, how could the coat disappear into thin air? Disappearing coat. Mustache. I like that the art style is like great Ace Attorney style. Oh. A faint fragrance can be smelled from the hair of the deceased. The scent isn't from flowers, incense, or cologne. It seems to resemble a scent similar to camphor wood. Hints of camphor wood. Anything else? Sorry about my nose. Collar. There is white powder on the collar of the deceased. Feels like something made from glutinous rice. These are crumbs from the rice cake. It seems that Lo Pei had eaten a rice cake before he died. And that's why no defense wounds. Verified. Death by stabbing. His hat! Wait, his hat is there. Desk. Lope's desk is placed in front of the window. When I met him last night, he was bent over his desk writing the entire time. Let me take a look at what he has on his desk. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Quit moving around. I need to examine the desk and see if there are any clues. Who knows if there are any unpublished manuscripts sitting on the desk? You can't just go snooping around and touching stuff. Officer Mount, I understand your concerns, but I merely wish to investigate. I'll be careful. You better be. I'll be keeping a close eye on you from right here. Crime scene investigation. Common white glazed candle. A common white glazed candlestick. There is still half a stick of unburned candle on top. Okay. A simple square-shaped inkstone. There are several plum blossoms engraved on one side. There is a layer of residual ink on inkstone that is starting to harden into a gelled state. A rack with 4 calligraphy brushes hanging on it. A piece of oil paper underneath the rack. The ink of one of the calligraphy brushes has not dried out yet. I didn't know that, like, you have to hang your calligraphy brushes like that. Which makes sense. A stack of books on the table, including The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Here's a book titled Tales of the Moon Colony. There are several magazines underneath it, all of which are illustrated fiction. A stack of newspapers, various issues of Shanghai News have all published Lope's works. There's a pile of blank rice papers in the drawer with a paperweight placed on top. Next to the papers are 2 new pens, 3 candles, and a box of matches. There's also a small box. It is an ink cartridge made of tin, holding a half-used ink block. A frame on the window that would stop a person from climbing in or out. No trace of scaling. Completed. Okay. I was not able to find any useful clues. It seems like something is missing from the table. What is? Okay. My theory is that the guy that we met was not Lope. It was the killer. And Lope was probably in this wardrobe, hiding, already passed out. But then how did the guy get out? Is the problem in that logic. Okay, wardrobe. A wardrobe slightly taller than a person. It is locked. Let me try to pick the lock open. I give up. If only Afu was here. He is very skilled in things like this. Bedside table. A walnut bedside table. There are books and several old newspapers on top. Within the bedside table are undergarments and such. One of these newspapers carried the news of Lope publishing his novel. The photo on this newspaper. That one on the left is Lope, and the one on the right seems to be the lady we saw last night. According to this, the young lady is Liu Cheng, an editor who helped Lope publish his books. There are piles of old books underneath the novelist's bed. They are all covered in dust, which means that he has not read them in quite a while. What's F? Oh. Did Lope commit suicide? Unusualness of the dust, disappearing coat. I didn't find any hesitation wounds on Lope. That is very unusual for a suicide case. There are no injuries caused by a flight or a fall. It's also quite unusual for a homicide case. Perhaps this can explain why there are any defense wounds present. Rice crate crumbs. The reason why there weren't any defense wounds was because Lope ate the rice cakes that contained knockout drugs, the same ones I ate. He was in a state of unconsciousness when he was murdered. There must have been another person in the room at that time. That person is the murderer. Who could it be? How were they able to leave the locked room? No, he was murdered. Okay. How did the murderer leave? Unusualness of the desk. Nothing useful on the desk. However, I felt something was unusual about it. It seems like something is missing. He was writing something when we got there. Oh, not yet. The fact that the coat of the deceased is missing is particularly odd. Assuming Ma was honest before they arrived on scene, the room was locked with no way in or out. Then, this coat must definitely be still inside his room. I should talk with Lope's relative. I need to obtain more information on the coat. Okay. I think you're last thing I need to talk to. Uncle, now that you're gone, I am truly alone. I'm sorry for your loss. In order to uncover the truth, I need to ask you a few questions. You're the one who murdered him. There's no need for your crocodile tears. Someone murdered your uncle and framed me. I'm sure you'd like to find out the truth as much as I do. Go on and ask then. Okay. Please tell me about the events you encountered this morning. Every morning, I come by Uncle's place to help him with jobs that he's too busy to deal with. There has to be someone to take care of mundane tasks like cleaning up and feeding the chickens. What do you do for a living? My uncle pays me. I also help him organize his manuscript sometimes. I understand. Please continue recounting what happened this morning. I came to visit Uncle like usual, but I couldn't hear a sound from the room, which was strange. When I arrived, I saw Yangtze was already here. He said that he didn't see my uncle either. I knocked on the door for quite a while, but no one answered. I have a sensitive nose, so I kept sensing the smell of blood coming from the inside of the room. I felt like something was terribly wrong, so I told Yangtze to hurry and get someone. When we finally entered the room, I found that my uncle has been murdered. Within your uncle's interpersonal relationships, have you ever noticed someone suspicious? Aren't you the most suspicious person? Then let me pose this question differently. Did your uncle hold any grudges against anyone? My uncle is very friendly, but he held some kind of grudge against Yangtze, the errand runner. What kind of grudge? Yangtze attempted to steal coins from the table during a delivery, but my uncle caught him. Yangtze was seized by the government and got beaten for it too. For coins. When did this occur? It was about half a month ago, so I'm sure he's still bitter about it. Do you suspect that Yangtze murdered him out of vengeance? After all, he's the one who delivers rice cakes to my uncle. Also, when I arrived here this morning, he was already here. I don't know how long he'd been. The suspicious delicious rice cakes. Now that I recall, he did have a sort of sneaky look on his face. It seems that it is necessary to talk about this issue with Yangtze. Okay. Lope's apparel. Your uncle's attire coat, deerstalker, and false mustache was quite unusual. The hat and mustache were all characteristics of his novelist's identity. He purposely dressed himself up this way to become famous. So that ill-fitting strange coat was also one of his characteristics? Strange coat, you mean that western windcoat he wore all the time? Precisely. The windcoat made of silk. The tailor-made coat was one of Uncle's characteristics. It's not the person that we met last night. Because he said ill-fitting. Well, we said ill-fitting. Us. We. He said tailor-made coat. We talked to the murderer. He spent a lot to hire the best tailor and use the best fabric for the coat, but it turned out the fact that this windcoat is not present at the crime scene is what caught my attention. So you're saying my uncle's coat disappeared into thin air? Perhaps the murderer took it with them. The way you said it, Mr. Shen, sounds as if it were a plot from a novel. We're done talking. I have no more questions. Can we talk about the coat now? Grudge between Lope. Okay. He always wore it. Okay. Is no longer in this room. The murderer is the only person who has left this room. He must have taken the coat with him. Hey. Grudge. Lo Xinwei stated that Young was responsible for delivering rice cakes to Lope. Theoretically, Young had the chance to tamper with the rice cakes. He also had the motive. Could it be that Young killed him out of revenge? I need to confirm this issue with Young Okay. I hung the door latch. Lope and I were the only ones inside until Officer Ma broke in. The only way to enter or exit the room is going through the wooden front door. How did the murderer leave the scene without removing the door latch? Or perhaps the other way. How did the murderer latch the door from the outside? Okay. The simple and modest front door made of pine wood. The broken latch still hangs on the door, exposing brown lines within. Officer Ma, did you say that you broke this door latch with your kick? When I got here, that Lo Xinwei was shaking the door with all his might. What good would that do when the door is locked from the inside? I got anxious, so I went up and bam, kicked the door right open. Proud of you. Proud of you, officer. Exit.
先生，可算等到你了。我听说屋里发生了命案。
大人有令，凶案现场不许喧哗。
先生，你看起来脸色很差，不要紧吧？
我没事，不过在查明真相之前，怕是得滞留在这里了。
找到凶手了吗？最大嫌疑人是谁？
目前嫌疑最大的人是我。
原来凶手就是先生自己。我来帮忙。
哎，大人有令，闲杂人等不得入内。
兵老爷，我可不是什么闲杂人等。
大人有令，要俺守住此门，反正你不得入内。
军爷，张大人让你守住院门，是为了拦住那些与查案无关的人，对吧？
这是不假。
若是与案子有关的人，理应让他进来，这样才不会耽误了查案。 不是吗？
倒也对。
兵老爷，沈先生不幸成为此案的嫌疑人，正殚精竭虑地调查真相，给自己洗清冤屈。而我是他的助手，那你说我是不是与查案有关？
明白了。
兵老爷果然是明白人。
你是帮凶，帮凶与查案也有关。你进来吧，接受调查，不能耽误了查案。
Nice.
大致情况就是这样。
唉，
这就是你对案子的评价？
哪里？我只是在感慨自己成为帮凶这件事。
能让你进来就不错了，赶紧帮我查现场。
好嘞。
Okie dokie. Rice cakes. Hey Shen, what is this? Oh. These rice cakes are a local delicacy. I ate a piece last night and it poisoned me. Why did you pause, Shen? How did you feel after you ate a piece last night? I did not feel much. I ate a piece last night and lost consciousness right after. And then I was framed for murder. Oh my god. Seeing your reaction, this bundle of rice cakes probably is not laced with knockout drugs. Poor guy. That says rice cakes. Mr. Official, when can I go? I still have some steamed buns to deliver this morning. Excuse me, who may you be? My name is Yangtze. I ran errands on the daily. I was the one who called the officials today. May I ask you what about the case? Of course, everyone around knows that I am warm-hearted, considerate, helpful, friendly, humble. Just tell me about what happened this morning. Master Lo loves rice cakes. Every morning, Master Lo will ask me to deliver a bundle. As I specialize in errand running, my service is 100% impeccable. Everyone around knows. Just tell me about what you saw when you arrived at Lo Pei's courtyard. Usually, Master Lo is already out of bed and exercising in the courtyard, waiting for me. This morning, when I came to deliver the rice cakes as usual, I didn't see Lo Pei anywhere. I thought he probably overslept, so I hollered for him, but there was no response. I saw the gates were open, so I went inside the courtyard and put rice cakes on the table. It was us. We left the gate open. Then somebody called out to me. It was Master Lo's nephew, Lo Shi Wen. So he went over to knock on the door, but there was still no response at all. Lo Shi Wen smelled blood and asked me to call officials. I was so scared, so I ran all the way to the government office and got Officer Ma. Officer Ma and Lo Shi Wen kicked open the door together while I waited outside. You mean to say that you never entered Lo Pei's house? After hearing someone died in there, my legs were scared stiff. How could I dare go in? I was planning to leave, but a soldier came and blocked the gate, so I got stranded here. Oh no, he's losing money while he's here. I understand now, thank you. Is there anything else you want to ask about Lo Pei? How much do you know about Lo Pei? Master Lo is a celebrity, and I'm just an errand runner. Since Officer Ma is familiar with Master Lo, why don't you go and ask Officer Ma about this? Oh, what do you mean by that? I caught sight of Master Lo and Officer Ma meeting in private several times, though. Are they close friends with one another? However, there is one time they got into a fight, and Officer Ma even unsheathed his blade. What were they arguing about? I didn't have the guts to eavesdrop. Officer Ma was already fuming. I need to confirm this dispute with Officer Ma. Is there about rice cakes? The rice cakes Lope eats are delivered by you, is that correct? Sure. I deliver them every day. Everyone around knows that I do my job seriously. Passed out after eating a rice cake last night. Apparently it was laced with knockout drugs. What? It wasn't me. I didn't do that. Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing against Lope and never even met you before. Why would I do that? Because you stole coins. Did the rice cakes you delivered to Lope ever pass through the hands of someone else? Impossible. If something is handed to me, there's no way I'd give it to someone else. But I heard he loves rice cakes, so he never turned them down. Maybe if it was a gift from a reader. Do you know anyone who gifted him rice cakes? Not a clue. But how about you let me go and ask Mr. Cow? Everyone knows that who's Mr. Cow? No, thank you. Is there no grudge? Yeah, I heard that you once had a grudge with Lope. Is that true? No way. How could I ever have the guts to hold a grudge against Master Lo? Lope noticed you stealing his money and you were beaten at the court for it. Am I wrong? That was a misunderstanding. How can that even count as a grudge? I saw silver coins on the floor, so I wanted to pick them up and return them to him. That's all in the past. If Mr. Shen hadn't reminded me, I would have forgotten about it already. That was only half a month ago. You're forgetting so soon? Could it be that you felt wronged by Lope then decided to kill him out of vengeance? That's wrongful accusations. I don't even have the guts to kill a chicken, let alone a person. When you've arrived on scene this morning, were there any other people around? No one, but Lo Shui arrived pretty much right after. I've already told you everything about my morning in detail. Do you need me to repeat myself? No thank you. That's all done. So, this is where it's new territory. I haven't gone past this. So, rough first video. It's a rough first video. A lot of sniffling. My camera died. But second part of this, hopefully it will be good. If not, we're just gonna get better. So thank you for watching. See you next video. And if not, hope to see you someday soon again. Bye.